"Good citizens of Delta," Niaran called out across the plaza, risking a rebuke from the Earthers. She enhanced her voice with a minor incantation. "I've been given a sign for our judgment of this accused wretch." She pointed at the manacled thief below. A few voices called out and jeered, but the mage continued. "Since we mortals cannot decide the correct verdict, we shall let the gods themselves decide, as is their right." She continued louder over the rumble from the crowd. "Tonight there shall be a hunt." The throng erupted into a roar of approval. A hunt had not been called in over a decade. Eventually, the din subsided. Pleased with the outcome, she stepped back from the dais with a wave, leaving the task of explaining the rules of the hunt to one of her advisors. As his voice boomed overhead, the prisoner was dragged back down the ramp into darkness. Niaran descended the stairs at the rear of the platform. A boat waited to take her back to the palace and the solitude of her chambers. Halfway to the pier, she encountered an Earther monk. His name escaped her, but she recognized him as one of the judiciaries. He was accompanied by one of those irritating Glinsul. If she didn't let the Earther speak now, she knew she'd get little rest. Two of her escorts made to intervene, but at a gesture with her parasol, they stepped back, allowing the two men passage. Yes, what is it now, monk?" Her tail flicked back and forth in agitation. "I've barely touched the power, so if this is another one of your lectures, you can go now."
"Ah, good morn, Magus Grigorid. I am Lemnon. It has been a while, but this isn't to do with our previous talks."
"Nor am I in the mood for social chit-chat, no offense," she said to the avian before turning back to the monk. "Can't whatever it is wait? I've work to do and a hunt to organize."
"That is precisely the matter we wish to discuss."
"I won't call it off." She anticipated his plea, throwing her arms in the air, and indicated for the pair to be removed. Two guards stepped up to comply.
No, I fear it's too late for that," Lemnon sighed. "My friend here is a bard from Renat. He wishes to ask a boon of you, to speak to the accused."
With a word, Niaran dismissed the guards again and looked more closely at the avian. She'd heard many stories about their abilities and how, in their way, the magic they could wield was rumored to be as powerful as that of the mages. "For what purpose would you require this interview?" She directed the question to the avian. Prior to this encounter, Lemnon had informed Tip of the mage's various tolerances, or lack of, and many prejudices. He suggested the bard try to use the standard Deltan speech.
"No rhymes."
Lemnon had answered the bard's questioning look.
"My lady, I am Tip Nolchortuck, and honored to make your acquaintance."
He bowed deeply, covertly fingering his medallion as he spoke.
"This interview I seek is merely to maintain balance. As you're aware, nothing less than inspirational hasn't been called for in over 10 years. Such a fine opportunity for the creation of an epic ballad is difficult to pass, but to make it more full-bodied, it would need to show at least a semblance of the other side of the story. I can assure you the completed ode would show this fine city, and you in particular as the instigator of this hunt, in a very favourable light."
Niaran warmed to this fellow immediately. It was a childhood dream of hers to be in a bard's tale, and now it might come to fruition. While she considered the proposal, she heard her retinue murmuring their approval among themselves. She noticed Kundar, bleary-eyed and disheveled, standing apart from the rest of the retinue, shaking his head in disapproval. He had missed the judging, and therefore his vote. No doubt why she was in this situation now.